As we await the return of football around the globe, I thought it'd be time to take a little look at what's going on in Serie A. Who's going for the gold and who's going down to Serie B? We'll take a little look next. That's right, folks, back once again with another video. This time we're taking a look at the final standings out in Serie A, and we'll get to that in just 1 second. If you're new to the channel, smash your subscribe button to keep you bang up to date with all things Serie A related, Blackburn Rovers related, world football related. We're going to here under one Roski. Now, before we jump into it, hopefully behind me you'll see the final fixtures coming on in. I've predicted them all, which has helped us out with the mathematics for this. But before we jump into it, a big shout out to the patrons of the channel. You know who you are. The Magic 10. We're talking Aztec, Marky B. Mark, Daniel Mellor, Constable 1976, Mitchell Schoen, Tom Clark, Tom Beresford, Cody Gaho, John Spurn, Russell Frost, and of course Noco Drinker. Big shout out to the boys for supporting this channel through this hoodoo of silence from football. So we're going to take a little look now at where I think everyone's going to end up in Serie A. So this is it right now. In fact, I've got to scoot myself over. I'm blocking all the action. Yeah, that's right. Let me just sidestep to the left. There we go. So we're going to take a little look at the table. So 20 teams in there. 3 of them are going to go down. And there's only one that's going to be smiling at the end of it. And that is whoever is at number 1. So we're going to start with 20th. So my predictions are on the left. The current situation is out on the right. So we'll see. So currently in 20th spot, it is Brescia. Now I like Brescia, and it's quite sad to see them there struggling at the bottom of the table at the moment. I don't think it's going to get too much better for them. I think they are going to go down. I've got them down into 19th spot. So they'll pick up a couple points along the way, but they're still destined to end up in Serie B next season. In 19th spot, we have Spal. These are the boys I expect to go down hard. Spal, bottom of the club. They've been treading water for the past few seasons. I don't know how they've managed to survive in the top flight in Italy for as long as they have done. But their time is up, and I think they're going to go down this time, bottom of the pile. Who's going to join Spal and Brescia? Well, currently it's Lecce. I think Lecce are going to do us all a surprise and hang on in there for dear life. 17th spot. I think I actually have a major upset going down on this one. So Lecce, 17th spot. They're going to hang on for dear life. So, yeah, credit for them for finding out the results. Obviously, they got promoted with Brescia and Hellas Verona last season. So, it looks like at least one of them sticking around. And I do expect Hellas Verona to be the second of the 3 sides that made it up there. So, next up, we have Genoa in 17th spot. They're going to do all right for themselves. They'll get themselves out of it quite convincingly. 14th spot for Genoa in the end. So, they'll turn the corner after a bit of a slump in form. This break is going to do them well, and they're going to respond accordingly and get the victories under the belt, and then going to be safe in mid-table. So that's not them that's going down. Sampdoria. Now, Sampdoria, if I had to pick a team to represent Italy or a Serie A or whatever, it would be Sampdoria. I do like them. They're a traditional old-school club that used to dominate it back in the early 90s, late 80s. I think they even won the Champions League, correct me if I'm wrong. Yeah, old-school club, like it a lot. They're going to be all right as well with the nicest man in football. They're going to go no place different. 16th spot. They're going to stay on the same sort of performance they have. It's not really setting the place on fire, but they're going to hang on in there. And we still don't know who that illustrious or that unfortunate team in 18th spot is. Is it Torino? I don't think so. They've actually had a terrible run of form as well. They started off the season, they ended last season in an okay bit of form. And this one was maybe a season of expectation, but they lost their manager after some real heavy batterings. But for me, they're going to pick up a couple of spaces from 15th up to 13th, so they'll be all right next season. They're not going down. So who the heck is it? Well, Udinese come into this in 14th spot, and I tell you what, these are the boys that are going to break your hearts. That's right, they're going to go down. They're going to free fall from 14th all the way down to 18th. I can't see them picking up many wins along the way, and they're again an old school sort of club. I like them a little bit back in the day when Sanchez was leading the line for Udinese. These boys, I like them a lot. But unfortunately, it's their time to go down. It happens to us all every now and again, and it's going to be this season for Udinese. They're going to go down to Serie B with Brescia and Spal. So the results are going to dry up, and they're going to fall a good 5 spots. Big fall there. Who's going to be in that 15th spot? We'll take a look in a minute. Fiorentina come into 13th of the table. They're going to fly high up to 8th. Goodness gracious me. A big old team as well back in the days in the days when Rui Costa was leading the line. So they're going to fly high from 13th all the way up to 8th. So good response, good break for them. Obviously, they're on the free fall at the moment, 13th spot. So, big jump for Fiorentina in the next few weeks. Cagliari, obviously, they've been a surprise package earlier in the season. They were looking good for a top 5, maybe a top 6 spot, but they've kind of fallen off the face of the earth. They'll make up a little bit of ground from 12th to 11th, finish right smack dab in the middle of the table. And again, if you offered that at the start of the season, they probably would have bitten your hand off. They're just a little bit unfortunate for them to have started so well and fallen so much since starting the season in really good form. In 11th spot, I have Sassuolo. They're going to hang on for dear life. I see them in 15th spot. They've got some good players. They've been battling above their or punching above their weight in recent years. They're getting a little bit caught up in it in this season. I think they'll end the season in I think this break is coming at a bad time for everybody, but some teams are going to find it worse than others. I think Sassuolo are one of the teams that are going to come back worse than they were before the break. So shame for them, but they'll hang on in there. They'll be in the top division next season. Bologna coming into this in 10th for the moment. They're going to come back into they're going to end the season a little bit, a couple of spaces worse off in 12th. And again, it's just shy of the top 10. I think if they 10th spot would be an overachievement for them. 12th will be right about on the money. I think they can't look a gift horse in the map. I think that's not a bad way to finish the season in top 12. Into 9th spot, we've got Parma. Parma doing very, very well. They'll finish there or thereabouts as well. I don't see too much progress or too much regression, if that's the right word, for Parma over the next few weeks once this season comes to a close. Into 8th spot, we have Hellas Verona. Surprise package as well. They've done absolute bits to be in this spot right here, right now. They're going to trail off a little bit, but they're going to end the season in the top 10, which ain't too shabby indeed. They're going to be okay with that. Bit of a content. And again, hopefully they'll improve on it next season. Looking comfortable. And, despite, coming out with Brescia and also Lecce, they haven't been really relegation threatened throughout the season. They've been comfortable throughout. Next up, we have AC Milan, Zlatan and co. I would like to see them push further forward, but I think they've kind of hit a bit of a brick wall. I think even Zlatan is either leaving or left or whatever. I just don't think it's going to work out for him very, very much with the next week, month, whenever this stuff come to a head. I think Zlatan's realised that. It might not all be shining rosy at AC Milan these days. So, unfortunately, I think AC Milan will just fall short of the Europa League spots. Into 6th spot, we have Napoli. Obviously, they're recognised or more a company or more accustomed to Champions League football. You have to settle for Europa League spots. They are 6th at the moment. That's where I think they're going to end up. I don't see too much surging up the table. Maybe just purely because I think the teams above them are just better performed this season, more well equipped. The likes of Roma, the likes of Lazio, Atalanta, Inter Milan. Of course, Juventus as well. So Napoli's wobble this season has just, it's going to take a little bit back. And maybe if they can finish strongly next season, they'll be back into the thick of things once again. Into 5th spot, we have Roma. I don't see any change there. They're going to be there or thereabouts. It's a Champions League spot. It's just shy of a Champions League spot, to be honest with you. It's a Europa League spot, which they dealt with this season. I can't remember if they're still in it. Are they still in the old Europa League? My mind has gone a blank. I've not touched the old Europa League stuff in a while, so I think they are in it. And I think if they were to knuckle down and give us the performances they did at the start of the season, then you never know. They might squeeze through to 4th spot or even compete for the Europa League itself as victors of it. So Roma. I'd love to see them back in the Champions League, but unfortunately they're going to be ousted possibly by Atalanta, who have been turning on the style, folks. They've been turning on the style, putting up high numbers, high wins, high goals. And of course, they're in the Champions League quarterfinals. They already got through, I believe, into the quarterfinals. So they're there sitting ready and prepped, ready to go for the resumption of that tournament whenever that comes around. So Atalanta, they are one of the highly equipped, highly fancy teams at the moment in Italy. And it's great to see. Great to see them turning in the style once again. Into 3rd spot, it'll be Inter Milan. I don't think they're going to make any progress on 3rd. I think they've kind of blown their chance this time. Obviously, Conte's in charge here, up against Sarri ball and Lazio ball at the moment. and unfortunately, a couple bad results have turned into a bit of form, and Lazio have actually taken control of this, and even put them in a better condition to make a title push. So into second spot it will be Lazio, and of course top spot will be Juventus. So it's as you were in the top 5, top 6, top 7 spots. They're going to stay the way they are. I cannot see any changes, to be honest with you. Of course, that's just my opinion. Get your own predictions in nice and early down below. What you think will happen in the final few games. Can Juventus make it, I don't know how many consecutive titles on the spin, or will there be an upset on the cards? Will Lazio, or maybe an Inter Milan, get back in and break up the hoodoo out in Italy? So folks, that is it. Again, tomorrow we'll be back with some other video of some sort, somewhere, somehow. Where are we? Yeah, there we are. So be sure to get your own predictions in nice and early down below, and then we'll do it all again. I think we're going to be looking at mixing it up a little bit. Maybe we're going to go and take a little look at out of contract 11s or something like that. I don't know what we're going to do tomorrow, but we got loads of stuff coming out the pipeline here at Blackburn Rovers. So be sure to give this video some love and smash your thumbs up. Of course, smash the subscribe. New videos every single day on the channel, whether it's FIFA, Football Manager, whether it's stuff like this. We got it all here, babies. Under one Ruski, and also check out the other description. Links to my other social media platforms are in the Twitter. Very vocal on that. Facebook, pretty vocal on that, and of course Patreon. If you want to become patrons of the channel, that's the place to be, boys. That's the place to be. Until then, I'm going to let you get out of here. Make sure you give this video some loving, bang the thumbs up, and of course bang the subscribe, and I'll see ya next time. Oh yeah. Thanks again for watching. Please like, share, and most importantly, hit the subscribe button to keep you bang up to date with all things Blackburn Rovers related, championship related, football related. We've got it all covered right under one roof. And while I still have you, please be sure to check out some of the old videos scattered along here. I hope.